After 3 nights of intense aerial warfare, India and Pakistan had reached an understanding to end the fighting, but Pakistan had violated the agreement. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri had said, and I quote, that an understanding was reached between DGMOs of India and Pakistan to stop the military action that was going on for the last few days. Now, this understanding is being violated by Pakistan, is what the Foreign Ministry has said as well, and that the Indian Army is retaliating and dealing with this border intrusion. This intrusion is extremely condemnable and Pakistan is responsible for it, is what they've said. They've also said that they believe that Pakistan should understand the situation properly and take appropriate action. Listen in to what Vikram Misri had to say.
For the last few hours, there have been repeated violations of the understanding arrived at earlier this evening between the Directors General of Military Operations of India and Pakistan. This is a breach of the understanding arrived at earlier today. The armed forces are giving an adequate and appropriate response to these violations, and we take very, very serious notice of these violations. We call upon Pakistan to take appropriate steps to address these violations and deal with the situation with seriousness and responsibility. The armed forces are maintaining a strong vigil on the situation. They have been given instructions to deal strongly with any instances of a repetition of the violations of the borders along the international border as well as the line of control.
I'm being joined by my colleagues Nazir and Harsha. Let me start off with Nazir. Nazir, now yesterday there was a sense of relief when the ceasefire was agreed to, but we had seen that immediately, just a couple of hours later, there was some firing that was reported as well. What is the situation on ground now? Also take us through what happened last evening.
Well, the ceasefire understanding after 2-3 days of heavy, firing and the drone storm and missile attacks against each other, it was short-lived. This ceasefire understanding was short-lived, but fortunately, it stopped. The drone storm stopped after a while. Yesterday evening, there was a drone activity in Srinagar. Anti-drone mechanism was activated, and for some time, Srinagar was really feeling as if again it has happened, but happened for 2 days here. But the borders, things have been really tense because there was heavy artillery shelling at different places across the line of control and international border in Jammu and Kashmir. As we heard, government of India talking about how Pakistan is violating it and has taken serious note and asked Pakistan to take corrective measures if it wants to abide by the ceasefire agreement, which both DGMOs have arrived at. So tomorrow they would be again, both DGMOs will talk tomorrow as per the agreement. But it was a huge sigh of relief. But in the evening, that again shattered after a few hours of that ceasefire understanding. So, but during the night, it was calm, particularly I can tell you in Srinagar. But there have been reports of violation in some places. Maybe we will get the further information from the government. We don't want to speculate, but largely what our sources tell us, there have been certain teething problems. There were, elements who are trying to, sabotage this ceasefire understanding, and they would be worked out. And I think they are saying that today they are hoping that the calm would be restored and ceasefire agreement would be implemented effectively on both sides.
Right, Nazir, stay on with us. My colleague Harsha joins us from Jaisalmer as well. Harsha, now what are you observing as of early this morning? We had seen quite a bit of drones that were spotted along the border states.
Well, yes, in fact, in Jaisalmer, both in Jaisalmer and Barmer, local people definitely reported hearing sounds of explosions after the air raid sirens had gone off. Here too, in Jaisalmer, where I am, it was a similar experience. In fact, first, the district administration said that the blackout will happen from 11 p.m. at night, and then all the timings were preponed. So across the border, they decided to go in for a blackout as soon as evening set in. So that was one thing that caused certain apprehension in the people here. And then, of course, late at night, at around 11 o'clock and at close to midnight, both from Barmer and Jaisalmer and even Bikaner. There were reports coming in that there is some kind of activity. Both Barmer and Jaisalmer, there were the air raid sirens went off in the city at night, and definitely explosions were heard, but it did not carry on through the night. It was sort of restricted to around that time only, about maybe 15 to 20 minutes. It did not carry on through the night, and after that the night was relatively calm and peaceful. It's a peaceful morning here as well. We'll also be bringing in more reports as they come in, but as of now the border around midnight, the western border, definitely reported drone activity, and people said that they heard sounds of explosions.
Right, Harsha, thank you for joining us and bringing us those details. Now, the Indian Army had said that on noticing suspicious movement near the perimeter, alert sentry at the Nagrota military station issued a challenge, leading to a brief exchange of fire with the suspect. A sentry had sustained a minor injury, is what we're learning. Search operations are underway to track the intruder. My colleague Nazir joins us for more details. Nazir, we're learning that suspicious activity was reported in Nagrota. Take us to the latest.
Well, there was a lot of confusion in the information about on social media what exactly happened yesterday in Nagrota. Nagrota is the 1604 headquarters of the army, and there were reports of an attack. Then army clarified. They said it was a suspicious movement, and there was a fire. Sentry received injury, but there have been people saying they didn't actually mention if it was a terrorist attack or a militant attack on army. They said it was a suspicious movement. There was intruder, and search operation is on, and they are ascertaining what exactly was the nature of this attack. So essentially playing down or not giving credence to the reports that it was a Fidayan attack on the army. But having said that, this has come at a time when we know India and Pakistan was fighting. There was like a warlike situation. At the same time, when there was a ceasefire understanding between the two sides, both announced ceasefire, there was an attempt at this army base, and army has officially said it was some suspicious movement that was challenged, and there was a fire. One sentry has been injured in the exchange of fire. The rest of the operation is on. We'll have to see whether it was a terrorist attack or there has something different. But so far, army has given only this information. But militancy in Jammu and Kashmir is a reality in Jammu region, which has become now the main theatre of militancy. If we say the major theatre of militancy, despite the fact this region was free from militancy for all the time over the last 3-4 years. So security forces have been on high alert. And now when we see the larger conflict, this incident has become really significant one, and army is dealing with it on the ground there. And we may get more information what exactly was the nature of this incident, whether it was a terror attack or there was some other incident which has led to the injury of sentry at Nagrota last evening.
Thank you, Nazir, for joining us and bringing us those details.